Echo 5, do you copy? Echo 5.
Echo 2, good morning. Nice of you to drop by.
Feeling alright, sir? Thought we lost you.
Right now, I feel like I can take on this whole podcast myself.
I know what you mean. Ready to send that transmission to Echo Base?
Yes, sir. R10, patch through.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Hoth Transmissions. This is Echo 2, and we would like to welcome back one of our newest co-hosts, Echo 3.
What's up, Echo 2? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So this week we had some really cool news drop, and Kenobi, what do you think? Did you watch the little, I think it was like 2 or 3 minute release that they did for it?
Yeah, of course. I watched that, and I have the pictures pulled up too from the concept art.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I actually really like a lot of the concept art on it.
Yeah, it looks cool, but there's one thing that's I think a lot of Star Wars fans are worried about. Me and my brother are, at least.
Okay.
It's well, I mean, it's confirmed. Ewan McGregor said in the sizzle reel or the teaser trailer, whatever you want to call it, that there's gonna be a rematch. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy told us ages ago. So,
Yeah.
And now we got the concept art for it. I think it looks pretty sick, but I'm kind of on the same with you on it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks sick. Hey, all those pictures look sick, but and also, so do you? Okay, are you one of the people that want to see the rematch or don't really want to see the rematch?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I'll watch it because it's Obi-Wan and Kenobi fighting. It's a lightsaber battle. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, and because I don't think they should rematch, but from the other side of the other argument is that Vader would be hunting down Obi-Wan. Like, I mean, it makes sense
don't think he would.
You don't think so? After he
Only
cut off his
because
legs
I
and his
don't.
arm?
Oh, actually, yeah. You know what? You're right. I was thinking Order 66, and I forgot him and Anakin. That battle happened after Order 66. So
Yeah, dude. And then basically Obi-Wan watched him burn in the freaking lava and walked away. He left him there to die.
yeah, if I was Anakin or Darth Vader, I'd be like, yeah, let's get this guy. But I mean, he has no idea where he's at though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that he'd want to hunt him down, but it's just the dialogue from A New Hope because, I mean, we all know this. When I left you, I was a learner, but now I'm the master. And this is supposed to be, I think this is supposed to be 10 years after this TV show, right?
Actually, I'm not quite sure about the timeline on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I read somewhere it's supposed to be at least 5 to 10 years after, and Vader would be like absolute prime. Vader's not a learner. If they were to rematch, Vader's not a learner in that duel. He's prime Vader.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong because at this point he's had time to really like adjust himself to the suit. Because I know, was it there's a book, I forget what it's called, but it takes place right after Order 66. It's when Vader first is in the suit, and it takes place of him hunting down Jedi, and so you kind of get into his thought process as he's in the suit, and he's using the Force to pick up his legs because they're too heavy, just because it's like all robotic and everything. And so I'm glad that they didn't really start then because we had the comics to really like give us all this buildup of Vader getting used to the suit and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But
it's gonna be interesting to see the timeline.
Yeah, it'll be cool. But and obviously, I'm excited to see them. If they do duel, I'm not gonna complain because that'll be sick. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan back at it. But me and Bridger said something that would work pretty good is if it was a flashback and it was Vader like 10 days after the Mustafar battle. Vader, or it doesn't have to be 10 days, but soon after the Mustafar battle, somehow Vader tracks down Obi-Wan and they get a rematch, quickly after.
Yeah, kind of like he's just sitting in his hut, just contemplating, and then goes back to this. It's like, oh, this giant beast of Vader just coming in, just like, Obi-Wan, I found you.
Yeah, and that would at least somewhat make more sense with the dialogue from A New Hope. When I left you as a learner, I'm the master. But
yeah,
who
but
knows?
I think that they're really trying to pull in from Return of the Jedi, where what was it? Luke is trying to turn Vader back to Anakin, and Vader says Obi-Wan once thought as you did.
Oh yeah.
So that does like kind of imply that they did meet sometime after Order 66, or sometime after Vader donned on the suit.
Yeah, I never even thought about it like that. I thought he was just saying Obi-Wan once thought, Jedi is the right way to go instead of Sith. I thought that's what he was saying in Return of the Jedi, but
I mean, it could have been. I mean, it can be interpreted either way, but I think they can probably use it this way.
yeah.
Because I always thought it was like the whole thing is like Obi-Wan is fighting Anakin on Mustafar the whole time. And at this point, Anakin is Vader at this point. Obi-Wan keeps calling him Anakin. It's like, Anakin,
Yeah.
you're crazy. Like,
Hey,
what do you think you're doing?
what's interesting too is the concept art for the duel. It looks like they're on Mustafar again, Vader and Obi-Wan.
So it'd be kind of interesting if, what if, okay, so I know George Lucas said back when he owned Star Wars, and a lot of people were asking about Kenobi. He's like, okay, did he just stay on the planet the whole time watching over Luke? And he's like, no, Obi-Wan kind of went off on his own on occasion. So I'm wondering if, say, like every year since his battle with Anakin, that he just goes back to Mustafar, to the spot where he left Anakin on the beach.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
I think that'd be kind of like a little like he just goes back to pay respect to the brother he lost. I think that would be like a huge emotional pull. That would get me tearing up on that.
That's sick. Did you come up with that on your own, or did you read that somewhere?
Actually, no, I just came up with it right now as we're talking.
Bro, that's
because
sick.
my original thought was like, what if he just goes back to Mustafar just to kind of like check things out, and he happens to run into Vader's castle, and Vader's like, "Ooh, who's this guy?"
Yeah, that reminds me. Yeah, oh, dude, hey, that'd be sick. That reminds. Wait, but why would Obi-Wan go back to Mustafar? I just thought of that right now.
And that's why I came up with that whole thing. It's like that would probably be the only reason he'd go back to Mustafar, is to kind of pay respect to the brother he lost, where he left him.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
then Vader just happens to be there.
But I was just saying, at this point, does Obi-Wan think Obi-Wan probably thinks that Anakin's dead, right?
I would believe so.
Yeah.
Because also in that same book that I was talking about, one of the Vader hunts down these Jedi, they escape. The very last like 3 pages, it cuts to Obi-Wan on Tatooine, and he's walking through maybe Mos Eisley, or he's walking through some Tatooine town, and he goes up to a bar just to grab a drink, and then he looks up on the galactic screen, or whatever they call it, the TV, and he sees Vader standing up there because they're talking about him, and he just kind of just like all this emotion goes through him because he knows who it is.
Oh yeah,
and that was like his moment where he found out Anakin didn't die there on Mustafar.
Yeah.
And then it ended. I was like, no.
Oh.
But they never continued the series, and I was really upset because I think it was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have finished it. I just haven't looked.
Real quick, the theory that you were saying about how the thing he came up with, how he said Vader might go back to Mustafar every year or something.
Oh, Obi-Wan might go, yeah.
Obi-Wan. It reminded me of have you seen a fan film where Vader goes to Padme's coffin?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, really? The CGI one? Oh, bro.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude. I guess after I'll find it on YouTube and I'll send you a link, bro. It's so sick. It won. There was like a Star Wars fan film like contest or something, and it won. It won the prize for the best picture. It was sick, dude.
Interesting. I actually just found it right here, I think.
on. Let me pull it up on YouTube. Make sure you got the right one.
Let me just type in fan film.
Oh yeah, Vader visits Padme's grave. Oh no, where's it at? Oh yeah, Fallen Angel. It's called Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel. Okay.
Yeah. It's only 2 minutes, bro. It's so sick. It's
Okay.
3 minutes.
All right. Yeah, 3 minutes. Okay, I'll have to give that a watch later.
Yeah. Okay, you got it. But it's just like,
I'll post a link down in the description for you guys if you guys want to take a look at it too.
yeah, bro, it's sick. But yeah, it just reminded me of that. And then also, I was thinking of something about that. What Tarkin said in A New Hope. I think Vader and Tarkin are talking about Obi-Wan. Vader's like, I sense Obi-Wan. I know he's here. And Tarkin's like, sure, he must be dead by now. All right, first of all, that doesn't really make sense because Obi-Wan would be like, what, 55 or 60 at that point? Why would he be dead? So
maybe because they think maybe that's what happens in this one. Maybe like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That dialogue frees up some, for something to happen in this TV show.
Yeah, so we can see Obi-Wan is like being hunted by the Imperials because I know there's going to be a huge Imperial presence.
Ooh. Yeah, wait, yeah, because there's going to be Inquisitors. We know there's going to be Inquisitors.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So they could say, surely he must be dead, but surely one of the Inquisitors must have got him. There's no way he survived all of them. But...
Yeah, exactly. So they can make it work for Tarkin's dialogue. Very much so.
Yeah, just the one thing I don't have the best feeling about them rematching. I hope they do it in a clever way and it's not just, I don't know. I hope it works out. I hope it works out smoothly.
I think it might be one of those things where it's like when Anakin first fought Dooku, got his butt handed to him, right? And then he comes back in Revenge of the Sith and he's like, all right, let's do this. And then he ends up winning.
Ooh, okay.
And so I wonder if that's just like a pattern for Anakin in general. So the first time he loses by Obi-Wan, now there's a rematch. So surely Obi-Wan must be dead by now because you dealt with him.
Yeah, no, that's true. The funny thing is, and I want to say A New Hope is my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time. I love that movie. But there's one flaw with A New Hope, dude. It's that freaking lightsaber battle. So lame. So lame. I know for a fact they're gonna go from the Kenobi fight's they're gonna be jumping off the walls and twisting and turning to A New Hope fight, dude.
But they're also younger. And you kind of gotta look at the Obi-Wan and Vader fight in A New Hope as kind of more like an art style. It's like maybe at this point they're kind of both a little bit more mature. Like, sure, Vader wants to kill him, but at the same time, it's more of them just kind of reconnecting. Like, they're just having their duel mostly happens between them bantering.
Yeah. I mean that's true, but at the same time,
we know Anakin's cocky, and so he's trying to tell Obi-Wan, it's like, oh yeah, when I left you, I was but the learner, but now I'm the master. Blah blah blah. Like, trying to like. I mean, because we know he didn't hold back when Obi-Wan let him strike him down.
Oh yeah.
So we knew Vader wanted to kill him, but I think Vader was holding back, and I'm pretty sure Obi-Wan wasn't really trying to kill Vader at that point either.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I look at it. I kind of see it more as like their battle is between their wits, not so much as their lightsaber combat.
Yeah, I've tried to do it, but I just can't because, like, if you look at the next movie, Empire, and then Return of the Jedi, those might be the top two lightsaber battles in all of Star Wars. And
I
so
agree.
just and again, I don't blame them. I think in A New Hope, I don't think
as far as the movies go. There are some pretty sick ones in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I'm just talking about movies, but I think A New Hope was the first lightsaber battle ever in a movie. So I mean, we can't fault them, but at the end of the day, the choreography is just bland. It is just bland. Now, that's the only flaw I have with that movie, though. But it's just
okay. So look at the style. With the fighting, the style that they went with was more of a fencing style. So it was kind of more of a actual masterful style of fighting.
Yeah, hey, I have something to add to this too that I saw in a documentary.
And I was maybe because of their battle that they're going to do in Kenobi, so this is kind of like retconning or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because both of them are fighting very defensively. Nobody's really striking or doing any offensive attacks. So maybe since their last battle, they're like, okay, we're gonna kind of hold back because we see when Vader goes against Luke, he's not holding back.
No.
I mean, maybe a little bit. He's toying with Luke, but
He's toying with him, yeah.
Because he knows he can destroy Luke easily at that point in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Return of the Jedi that Luke is like, all right, fine, I can beat you, and it's only because he gave into his anger, and at that point, Vader was actually holding back. Anakin was struggling to come out.
Yeah.
You had a thought to add?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say I saw a documentary and this is official documentary. I think it's by the people that were actually working, like the choreographers and the people that worked on A New Hope. For some reason, George Lucas had this idea that lightsabers were supposed to be like these powerful objects, and so he had this idea. I don't know if you've heard this, that and just in A New Hope, because obviously it's not like this in Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, that you had to have two hands on it. George Lucas wanted the actors to have both hands on the saber at all times, and so that kind of restricts a little bit of the movement that they could do, because obviously you go to Empire Strikes Back, and they're flipping all over the place. Actually, at the start, I'm pretty sure Vader just has one hand. He's just fending off Luke with one hand, right? At the very start of that duel. But yeah, I think for some reason George Lucas and some of the other writers they thought it would be a good idea to do two hands, and then they were like, oh, we can make the fights cooler if we loosen that up a little bit.
Yeah, and since there was actually no lore actually built into the universe at the time, it was kind of just an easy thing. It was like, oh yeah, we can do it. We don't have to explain anything.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
But I mean, we can't change it. You know what? If I could, I would. You've seen the remastered fight? Yeah, I just copy and paste that in there, bro. That'd be so sick.
I thought about doing that because I have the actual digital files of A New Hope, and so I was thinking of pulling off YouTube and just cutting and pasting it in there.
Is it hard to do?
No, it's pretty easy.
Bro, you gotta do that.
The only thing that would be hard to do would just be matching it up with the music and everything.
Yeah, dude, do it. Submit it to Disney, and then Disney can put a feature on Disney Plus that says, choose which version you want. Added lightsaber battle or the original lightsaber battle.
Yeah, and we all know Disney won't do that because Disney does not like sharing money.
Yeah, I know, but that just
they'd have to shut this guy out.
We're dreaming.
Disney's not about that.
Did you know those people are remaking the Empire lightsaber battle too?
Are they really?
Yeah, the same YouTube channel.
Oh dang! Okay,
I'm
totally gonna check that out.
Yeah, they have trailers out for it, and at first I was like, I think it's pretty perfect, the Empire battle, but also it'd be fun to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, everything's got its flaws, but I really do like those duels. And the thing with that duel per se is it's interesting to see Luke going in there, and he's got all this hate for Vader. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take down Vader because he's been torturing my friends. I saw it in a vision. Blah blah. I'm gonna be this hero that everybody expects me to be now. Blah blah blah. And Vader's just like, no. I know you're not, so.
Hey, and
I'm gonna give you some tough father love. It's like, all right, let me test your abilities because I want you to rule the galaxy with me. So if I have to cut your hand off to get through to you, I will.
Yeah, and Luke went in way too cocky, obviously, overconfident. And guess what? Guess what the writers said? They said, the main character can fail. The main characters can fail. Who would know? Who would know that makes the main character more interesting if they're not perfect?
I think that's just like common. Like I do writing myself, and I already know what you're referring to. You're talking about Rey, but we're not gonna get too much into that.
But we don't have to.
It's like, just as a writer, it's like when you are building up a character, you got to give them flaws because they have to have a struggle and overcome something to truly become the hero that they're meant to be. And so if you're gonna just negate all of that whole aspect of a character, it just makes them boring.
Sorry, go ahead.
And I mean, that could be for any character. It's not just like Rey. It's not just like what they did in the sequels, but I've seen it in multiple times in other areas.
Yeah, and it's just interesting. I mean, these are professional writers. I think we don't want to get into it, but I don't know what happened, if they were just trying to save time and they kind of rushed the sequel trilogy or what was happening. But interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, you gotta check out that Boba Fett documentary. Got me hyped for the TV show.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about it. I haven't watched it yet. Echo 3 is here has watched it. Tell everybody a little bit about it.
Yeah, dude, it's basically just the perfect Boba Fett documentary. It You see all the actors that have played him, how they created him, the original suit, how they created the original suit. It's pretty sick, man. And I think they put it out there to get everybody hyped for the Boba Fett show. And
Oh,
that's what
absolutely.
it did. And that's what it did, dude. It got me so hyped.
Oh, that would have hyped me up too.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. There's quite a few actors too that played him. You know, you got obviously
There's
Tamara
like 4 of them.
Morrison. Yeah, there's a few stunt doubles that played the suit, and then the original one in Empire Strikes Back.
Really cool to be able to see like a lot of the stuff in the background of Star Wars and
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, but the documentary is like 30 minutes, and it's pretty quick, but it's cool. I recommend.
I always like those like behind the scene documentaries. I still haven't watched
Yeah,
it for The
dude.
Mandalorian. I really want to get into those, but it's just been I
Bro,
don't
you
know.
ever seen the behind the scenes for the Mando?
I haven't. No,
Oh, dude, they're sick.
I've seen the
Where
photos.
you haven't seen the rant where not a rant, but Dave Filoni explains this great thing about Duel of the Fates, how George Lucas connected Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi. It's in behind the scenes for one of the Mandalorian episodes.
Interesting. Okay,
Dude, yeah,
I'll
it's
probably
sick.
give
You
those a
gotta
watch
check it
this
out.
week.
Yeah.
Interesting. So those are like pretty much the only things that kind of got released within the last week as far as like news.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty stoked for both the projects.
Oh yeah.
I'm just waiting to see more stuff on Andor because I'm pretty sure they should be done filming with that already. Because that was the
Probably.
first thing they
Yeah.
started filming.
Oh, was it? Well, then
Mhm.
they are for sure, because they finished Boba Fett obviously quite a while ago.
Mhm.
So yeah, it'll be sick. I'm excited,
I
dude.
know,
I like Andor. I like his character. I know you didn't like some of the characters from Rogue One, but I think he's sick.
yeah, I didn't care. I mean, I didn't even like Andor Cassian in the movie Rogue One, but maybe this will kind of do what the Clone Wars did for the prequels, give some character development and actually make you like certain characters, and that by the time I get to Rogue One, I'll be like, oh yeah, this character is actually super cool. Like I'm actually excited to see him.
Yeah, I think it will for sure because just there's a lot of screen time. But damn,
But
I'm
the thing that
surprised
I'm
you didn't
really
like
excited
him
for,
in Rogue One.
yeah, we'll get more into that later. But
Okay.
one of the things that I am really excited for this, I've mentioned it in previous podcasts. I just like the style that they're going with because I'm hoping it's gonna be a more rigid version of Star Wars because
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
you get to see the darker side of the rebellion, and I
yeah.
hope that it's really like shown here. All right, so guys, so what we're going to be covering tonight is episodes 8 and 9 of the Bad Batch. So we're going to continue our discussion of the season up until the Book of Boba. We'll get a couple other fun little episodes in. So let's jump right in. So, what'd you think of these episodes?
Pretty cool. I don't. We were talking about this earlier. This is where Bad Batch really starts to pick up steam. It's kind of the second half of the series, and it gets pretty action packed and pretty cool.
Yeah, I really because the title of episode 8 was Reunion. What I really liked, it kind of like takes place. The next couple episodes are they pick up right off from each other, and so it's cool to see. Okay, they dealt with Wrecker. Now they're like, okay, let's get some of the stuff because a lot of the stuff hasn't been picked by the scrappers. So let's grab some stuff and go. And I liked how it started because it kind of gave like a little bit of eerie start, and it reintroduces Crosshair into the whole episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, hey, all right, so we got the group back together for once. They might not
Yes.
be together, but they're there.
Yeah, and I was bummed. I thought in this episode we were going to see a particular Braca scrapper that I'm pretty fond of. But
Yeah, a lot of people speculated about that.
Yeah,
And I'm disappointed, but I'm not bummed out about it.
Yeah, because one thing I don't think every Star Wars show needs to get into, which Mandalorian did in season 2, got a little heavy into it, was a little bit too much. I still love the Mandalorian, but I just think a little bit too much here and there. But
for Mandalorian season 2, I think it made sense for the cameos they did.
Yeah, it did.
Maybe not so much Ahsoka, Actually, no. It kind of fit with the whole Grogu thing. But yeah, I think most of the cameos were pretty warranted. I think Luke was probably the biggest fanfare that they did. That
but
they could have had anybody else come rescue them.
Yeah,
but I'm not disappointed that it was Luke.
Yeah, because here's the thing: they had to revive it. Okay, I'm not gonna get into hate on this on the sequels or anything, but I think it was really big for a lot of fans that kind of lost hope with Luke, or were kind of like angry about the way
after
that Luke was
Last
treated.
Jedi, yeah.
Yeah, after Last Jedi, yeah. I think it was important to for them to show what the real Luke in our minds, or at least Return of the Jedi Luke.
This is the Luke that I remember from my childhood.
Yeah, and okay, so season 2, real quick for Mandalorian, I think it was two things. First of all, I think that it did work within the story, but also I do think they were strategically doing it so they could use it as a springboard for their other shows. Ahsoka's getting one, Boba Fett's getting a show. I think it was a little bit of both, but it worked okay. It worked all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, now that I forgot Boba Fett was one of the cameos in it. I don't think he was necessary to bring into Mandalorian.
Yeah,
but
it
is exactly what you said. It was kind of a springload to push onto another show.
Yeah,
and
but
granted, I'm not upset. Boba Fett. Boba Fett's a cool character. I'm glad that they're kind of developing more than just looking like a guy just in a cool armor, just walking around saying a couple mysterious lines, and then this guy's super cool. Well, I mean, he is, but
I was just gonna bring up something else about this. But do we want to go back to Bad Batch?
Oh yeah, we're covering Bad Batch, so let's jump back into it.
Because I didn't want to get too off topic.
No, definitely not.
Uh-oh.
So one of the things I liked, okay, so we have Crosshair. He's still on Camino. He's at the facility, and they're talking to him. They're like, all right, Crosshair, we just got word your team is over here. Go hunt them down. And they're like, we're just gonna send a squad. And Crosshair's like, we're gonna need a little bit more than just a squad. You're a little bit crazy if you think just a squad is gonna take these guys out. He's like, I might be able to handle them, but there's 5 of them versus me. So let's get a few squads going. And the Kaminoans want to keep them all alive. They're like, oh yeah, they're all valuable. But the Imperial officer is just like, nope, kill them all if you have to. I don't care.
Yeah. And it was, I think Crosshair was the only clone, right? Everybody else was in quotation, stormtrooper, the first stormtroopers. And once again, man, Crosshair's ruthless, but those stormtroopers are ruthless too.
Starting to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think Crosshair's a little ruthless, and I'll bring it up a little bit later.
That's true. I forgot from the previous episode, or a couple episodes back, that this, when Crosshair killed those civilians, the stormtrooper said, "Don't do it." Yeah.
Even later in this episode.
Oh yeah.
And it'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense when I bring it up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're kind of jumping around a little bit on the episode, so I'll just go ahead and say it now, just so it kind of stays with it. Because Crosshair comes across them in a little bit, and they're all standing there. They're on a standoff, and Omega's like, hey, remember what I said to you on the bridge? You have no control over it. It's this inhibitor chip that's in your head. And he's like, all right, whatever. He's like, shoot the kid first. Just shut her up. Just shoot her first.
Oh shit.
He's like, kill them all, but start with the kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
Crosshair is definitely a ruthless character.
Yeah, maybe it's Crosshair's personality too, man. That guy's fucked up.
He's just a douche.
Yeah. Jeez, what's wrong with that guy?
He needs a chip removed.
There's bro. And there's something else that happens.
Most people would say a chip on his shoulder, but he's kind of got a chip in his head,
Chip in his head. I like that.
Bottom pink.
There's something else that happens later in the episode I'm excited to tell you about that you're gonna think's funny, but we'll get to it when we get to the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things I really did like about this episode, it continues to do the character development for Omega, and he kind of jumps in with that little bit of failure that we talked about that really makes the character interesting.
Yes.
And I think this is like when the last couple of episodes I started like Omega, but I think this is when I actually start to like care for the character more, because it's just certain record. They're just sitting there. It's just like, okay, these are all the parts of mine. All right, you got 10 seconds to disable this. She's like, I don't know how to do it. She thinks it's like a live mine, and so Record's just sitting there just having fun. And so she's sitting there trying to do it, and I'm glad that they didn't make it to where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this right first try, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It actually goes off and a little smoke comes out, and Wrecker just starts laughing at her. He's like, I wouldn't make you disarm a real mind when you have very little training. He's like, don't worry, we all failed our first time.
Yeah. And this is credit to the writers, dude, because it's so easy to make a young character annoying because you got this bad batch of super soldiers, and they got to bring around this. What is she? 10 years old? Around 10?
Probably.
And man, it'd be easy to make her annoying and to make her, you know,
maybe 14 because I think she's the same age as Boba. I don't know how old Boba was at this point.
They're probably the same age, but yeah, it'd be easy to make her annoying. But they did a good job of not making her perfect. First of all, not making her annoying, and making her, you know, not perfect. Yeah, not perfect. You know, she goes through trial and error, and she gets better along the way.
And you kind of see that because like in the very first, she's like, oh, I've never been to this. I've never left the facility. I've never seen this planet before. I've never actually been away from it. All this is new to me. It's like got all this childhood wonder, and it's like, all right, this is annoying. Get her out of here. But I think that's one of the things that you really need to do with the characters. Like it's a way for them to really develop a character.
Yeah.
And give them personality changes through the events that they focus. Because the way that they portrayed her in the very beginning of the season, it completely makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, of course she's gonna act like that. And as we get more into it, and the more they're on the run, the more experience she has, you actually do get to see her character changing a little bit.
Yeah. Does she get the bow and arrow later or before?
No, she got it in episode 5, I believe.
Oh, well then,
episode 6.
And that's another thing too.
6,
like,
I think it was episode 7. Oh no, it was episode 6 that she got it in with the slavers.
Yeah, and when she's training with, I can't remember her name. She's the Trandoshan, the boss lady that they go to for missions.
Oh yeah, Sid.
Yeah, and she sucked. She sucked with that thing, but then she had to train with Sid. They write the character good. I think they did a good job.
Your arms are weak, so just get some more strength and you'll be better.
Like Kobe. Do you watch sports at all or no?
Not really, no. I find them boring.
Well, you know how Kobe's considered one of the most clutch players of all time. You know that, right? Or I mean, you've heard of that. Yeah, and bro, a lot of people, some people don't even know this, but his first few seasons, I think it must have been, I can't remember. It was one of the starting seasons he played in the NBA, and there was a game, and he had 2 or 3 shots in a row to hit a game winner, and he airballed all of them. Airball. And what he said was it wasn't a clutch thing, but he said that his legs were just weak because it was the end of the game. His legs were getting weak, and so he just, he took that as an opportunity to learn, and he started working out his legs like crazy in the gym. Just got him stronger. Yeah. And so then by the time fourth quarter, overtime rolled around, he was strong enough he had enough legs on him to hit a shot. Yeah,
and sometimes that makes a difference. If you are exhausted or whatnot, it's definitely gonna mess with your form. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah, and plus he was young.
Stamina.
He must have been 19 years old or something when they go on young to the NBA. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's real life. I mean, and that's the thing about writing characters. I mean, it's like real life because you have to train. You have to work on things to get better. You got to practice.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of pressure on these guys because they knew how much hate people gave for the sequel. So like, okay, all right, we're creating new characters. Let's do this.
Well, yeah, and honestly, I have full. And this is Dave Filoni, right? He's the one that's directing this, or he's the kind of managing it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just kind of overseeing it. He's helping with the story.
I mean, us Star Wars fans know it's a completely different creative team that worked on the sequels that's doing Mandalorian, Bad Batch. So I have full confidence in them. Whatever they're doing,
Filoni's part of all that too.
Confidence. Well, which one?
A lot of the projects. I think he's over like pretty much all of the projects.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's the TV shows and the people that did the sequels. It's a different creative team. They're 2 different teams that work on them. So.
Mm-hmm.
I have confidence in the way that they write Mandalorian, Boba Fett. I'm sure Boba Fett's gonna be great, man. It's a lot of the same people that did Mando. So they got my confidence.
Yeah, and you see it all here within the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of really cool because Crosshair actually arrives, and Tech is just kind of like, oh yeah, what's her face? Omega's like, oh, what's this blinking light? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, it's probably just malfunctioning. It's basically just let you know if vessels are coming. And then he looks up and you see the Empire arriving. Crosshair's on there, and Crosshair actually lands, and they're walking out, and the stormtrooper's like, "Oh yeah, we're having some interference from the atmosphere because we have no life readings."
Mm-hmm.
Crosshair, of course, he's not stupid. He's like, "They're jamming us." He's like, "It's not that."
Yeah. Yeah.
Right before they go in and get captured by him.
Yeah. Crosshair got messed up in this episode, didn't he?
Oh, dude, I know. Like seriously, like he's standing. It all starts from that
Bro.
scene where they use those cannons to get
Yeah, bro.
themselves out of that
Yeah.
situation, and then the hunt begins for Crosshair and poor guy.
Looking like Two-Face from Dark Knight.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh,
It's a
got
little bit
messed
burnt.
up. Yes, dude. I thought, you know what me and my brother said? This was probably dumb, but when we first saw him, we were like, bro, maybe he's Dengar.
Oh yeah, because the way that his face was wrapped
Yeah,
up.
because they wrapped him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just funny.
I actually did think that when I was watching the episode. I was like, oh, that
Did
looks
you?
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did.
Dengar, Crosshair. It rhymes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
not necessarily, but but yeah, dude, this is a sick episode. I'm excited to talk about the next one. Episode 9 too is probably one of the best episodes of this series. But can I talk about the end of the episode or no? Or are we still working towards it?
We're getting there. We're getting there. I want to
working towards it.
Yeah, we're working towards that because I want to discuss it
Okay.
without interrupting with the rest of the episode.
It's gonna be funny, bro. I got something funny to say.
All right. A lot of the lines in this episode are actually pretty cool. A lot of memorable lines. Even Wrecker. Wrecker is, speaking of character development, I used to think this character was annoying, but by the end of this series, Bad Batch, Wrecker actually grew on me. Because he's walking through the ion engine, like they escape, they're walking through the ion engine, and Omega's like, I've never been through an ion engine before, and Wrecker's like, it'd be weirder if you had.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was really smart how they got themselves out of the ion engine when Crosshair was like, "Oh, turn them on."
Yeah, let's go through this again because I got a little confused there. I was going through my notes. So how do they do that again?
Okay, so Crosshair has them like cornered. So basically, what happens is that they use the ion guns to blast the floor, and everything comes crashing down. They fall, and then they're trying to escape, and so they go into the ion engine, and so they're walking through it because they're trying to get back to their ship. And so that's one of the ways to get off of this Republic cruiser is to be able to is through one of the ion engines. I mean, it makes sense because the ship is destroyed, so they wouldn't be expecting it to be turned on. But Crosshair's like, nope, there's still enough power on it. We're gonna use it. We're gonna kill them.
Oh yeah,
This is how we're gonna do it.
He pins them, right? He pins them because he's sniping them from one spot and then the ion engine from the other.
And then you have all the characters there. There's like, oh crap, okay, we're stuck. They're turning it on. Tech, how much time we got? Less than 2 minutes. All right, so Wrecker, because they have all the weapons and stuff because they went into the armory to pull a bunch of stuff out, and I know Wrecker was like super excited to see all the explosives, and so they have all these explosives, and they're like, all right, everybody, take one of these. We're gonna put it around here. We're gonna disable, or we're gonna cut ourselves off from the engine on the cylinder sphere, and Omega's like, wait, we're gonna break off and then we're just gonna fall all the way down. And then Hunter's like, it's either that or get burned alive. Your choice.
Yeah.
And so then they go around, set charges, they break off, and then that's what causes all the engine fire to go right onto Crosshair.
Yeah.
And Crosshair's like, crap, turn it off. And then he just collapses shortly after.
Yeah.
And so that kind of cuts Crosshair out for a little bit. And what's really cool is this part of the episode.
The showdown, baby.
Hunter and Omega show up to the ship, and what do you see? A bunch of dead clones. Now, I wonder who killed them. Cad Bane.
Yeah.
So
this is what
my favorite bounty hunter. And this is what really made the episode for me is his reintroduction to the series.
Okay, so Mark, here's the funny thing. This is what I've been wanting to tell you, okay?
Okay.
So back in probably when I was like 8 years old, around 8 or 9, I had an action figure of
Was
Cad
this back
Bane.
when you were in Yours, Mine, and Ours?
No, a little after.
Oh yeah, this guy's a child actor, guys. Just gotta throw that in there.
Oh my gosh.
Go watch his movie.
Bro, I'm gonna
Him and
get
his
back
brother.
in. I'm gonna get back into it so I can be in a Star Wars movie, Star Wars TV show.
Dude, that's my dream.
Bro, I want to be a Jedi. But anyway, when I was like 8 or 9, I had an action figure of Cad Bane. Okay.
Okay.
And he was the coolest looking, one of the coolest like action figures I had, Star Wars action figures. But bro, when I saw Cad Bane in the Bad Batch, and I'm gonna get a gasp out of you. This was the first time I've ever seen Cad Bane, ever.
That's right, because you haven't watched Clone Wars.
No, I've seen screenshots of him from Clone Wars, just pictures, and then I have my action figure, but I've never seen Cad Bane before.
Why would you have an action figure of a character you don't even know?
I don't know. I think because I saw him in Target or something. I was like, bro, he's badass. So I was like, oh, let's get it. Yeah, but yeah, he looks cool. But bro, I can understand why people like him. It's so cool, man. So cool.
Yeah, I think I was telling you before. I think we had a discussion. I was like, yeah, Boba Fett's cool and all, but this guy is my favorite bounty hunter.
Yeah, dude.
Because the cool thing with Cad Bane is like when he was introduced in season 2, they're originally going to do what was this Dirge from the Clone Wars. That's who they wanted to introduce, but at the time it would have been too expensive to design the character and to actually write him up, right?
Yeah.
So George Lucas said, okay, let's do this. And so he's like, I want a bounty hunter who fits the Western style. And this character was made specifically for George Lucas.
Yeah, bro, he's like Clint Eastwood.
Basically, yeah. And he is really good at what he does. And you see him a lot through the Clone Wars. And every time he's introduced is phenomenal.
Yeah, and I was very happy that there was another episode right after this, and he's in the entire episode too.
Yeah,
because dude,
I can't wait to go through the Clone Wars with you, and you actually get to see.
Yeah, bro, he's sick.
Cad Bane.
Hey, Cad Bane is sick. If they ever brought him into live action, I wonder if they do CGI for the face or if they do an actual person. Probably do CGI.
Depends on how hard it is to make an actual thing. Because I know that for Hondo, I was pretty impressed when I went to Celebration. This guy has been to almost every single one that I've been to. I saw him in Anaheim. I saw him in Chicago, and I'm hoping to see him again in Anaheim. But this guy made his own Hondo costume. And I don't even think you know who Hondo is. Probably one of my other favorite characters from the Clone Wars. But
let me see.
The makeup was really cool. He's a big focus for Disneyland right now for was it Galaxy's Edge?
Hondo.
So,
Isn't he from? Wanaka. Is he from the original trilogy? He looks familiar. Why does he look so familiar?
No, his species is, but he's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, he looks familiar.
And so.
I was in Rebels too, or some of the species.
So when if they ever did Cad Bane, I'd hope that it would be more aesthetic stuff. But I could understand with a lot of his design probably would have to be CGI though.
Yeah, because his face, bro, his face is long though. Let me see. He's got a big face. They could probably do it with physical, what costumes? I don't know. What's the word for it? They could probably do it. Practical
effects.
Yeah, they made some crazy aliens in the original trilogy. I'm sure they could do it.
And a lot of his lines, like I like how they were able to make his character sound a little bit older. And
bro, yeah, he's that voice actor.
Clone Wars, he's a little bit more laid back, I think, than he was in Clone Wars. I mean, he was pretty laid back in Clone Wars, but he's a little bit more. You can see that he's got more experience behind him, and he's just like, I've already won, so I'm just gonna take it as it goes. Because Hunter is just like, all right, well, you're not gonna get the kid. He's like, once you figure out one clone, the rest are easy. Yeah. And Hunter's like, oh,
that's so sick.
We're different. He's like, we'll see. And then boom, Hunter's down.
Oh yeah, bro. When that happened, when they were about to like engage in a showdown, me and my brother were like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna be sick."
And so, Cad Bane's reappearance is probably one of the best things about this episode. I really liked it, especially just like all the shots that he did, the angles, and like I said, like everything about his dialogue. Even him coming up to Omega, he was like, "Sorry, little lady." It's like he's formal while doing his job.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. And then poor little Toto, voiced by Seth Green. So it's cool that Seth Green came back to reprise his voice for it. And he gets his leg shot off, which becomes a big part in the next episode.
Yeah.
So,
should we hop into episode 9?
Episode 9, yes. This
Rise
episode...
Skywalker? Oh, no, my bad.
No, the good one, the good episode 9.
There we go.
So this one was titled Bounty Lost, and it takes place directly from the last episode. And you see that Crosshair is chasing our crew, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get the bounty hunter. We got to get the bounty hunter." And Tyke's like, "Well, just so you know, it's either we focus on this bounty hunter and Crosshair shoots us down because that's what's going to happen, or we focus on trying to break away from Crosshair, jump to light speed, and deal with finding Cad Bane later because he's already gone. So there's no point in trying to focus on that at this point."
Yeah.
And so they jump out, and then it jumps back onto the Justifier, which is Cad Bane's new ship. In Clone Wars, he had another one. It was called the Xanadu Blood. And it was the Justifier was supposed to be featured in an unproduced Clone Wars arc where Bane teamed up with a teenage Boba Fett. But it never happened. So this is the first time that we actually get to see the Justifier on screen.
Oh, nice.
And not gonna lie, it's actually pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, I thought all the ships were cool too. In this episode, I like them.
So we have a guy here who has never seen Clone Wars. So his first time meeting Cad Bane is right here.
No, my action figure. Don't forget about my action figure.
Okay, fine, but I mean, like actually meeting the actually meeting the character. Yeah.
No, dude, he's sick though. First impressions were strong, dude. He's cool.
And he goes strong into this episode, and I loved it. Every aspect of him in this episode was pretty dope.
Yeah, dude. I like the pretty cool showdown later on.
Oh yeah, with him and Fennec.
Yes, bro. Is this Fennec's first appearance in animation, or was she in Clone Wars too?
No, she was first shown in Mandalorian.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Her first appearance was a few episodes ago on Pantora.
Mm.
And then she shows up again here. And so I think she might be a little bit more important in this series. I think we'll see her again after this episode, just based off of some of the events that happen and kind of her purpose of being hired, which is different than Cad Bane's purpose.
Yeah. Bro,
and
she
poor
was
Cad Bane. Poor Cad Bane. He loses all his money. At least from the deal.
I mean, I know Fennec is obviously a capable bounty hunter, but I didn't know she was gonna be stronger than Cad Bane. She kind of
I don't think she bested him.
Yeah, bested a little bit.
Maybe. He held his own. He still had his experience in, but I wouldn't say she bested him. I think she evenly matched or kept up with him.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of a little bit focused on different things while she was just kind of focused on taking him down.
Yeah, bro. That builds on her character though, man. She's tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She's clearly an expert in what she does.
Yeah, bro. She's tough in Mandalorian too.
Oh yeah. And I really like her personality, and it really kind of shows, like, we really don't know what her side is at this point.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see that she's not, like, completely douche.
Yo, did you know she's the voice of Mulan? My mom said that the other day.
She is, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And then she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I believe.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so she's pretty well known. And I really like the actress. And when she came into Mandalorian, I was like, oh, man, she's so cool. Can't wait to see what she does in this show. And then she became a bit bigger of a character, and I'm not disappointed. What she's doing with the character.
Yeah.
But I do know a lot of people did complain about the lack of the Bad Batch team in this episode. It was kind of more focused on Omega.
They're upset about sorry. What were they upset about?
A lot of people complained about the lack of the Bad Batch in this episode, but I actually think it worked because I really believe that the story really isn't so much about them, but Omega's role with them and how her story advances with them.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna see a lot of episodes where Omega will be off doing her own thing.
Yeah, and
technically she is one of the Bad Batch, just not the same as them.
Yeah.
And oh man, there's so much lore that happens in this, and we find out why she's so important.
Yeah, this episode had a lot of. To me, it reminded me a lot of the episode where Boba comes in Mandalorian when they're trying to kidnap Baby Yoda, Grogu.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, there's kind of similar purposes too. It's for DNA. They want Grogu's DNA, and they want Omega's DNA. Yeah, so it's kind of cool parallel there.
Yeah, and it kind of comes into like this big realization for Omega because we get this because first of all the episode starts, she's stuck in a cell and she sees that Toto is trying to fix his leg, and really smart for her saying, oh yeah, I've worked on stuff like this before, so I can help you because it looks like you're not doing a good job at it. And Toto's like, no, I got this, and she's like, all right, well, offer's there. And so he eventually takes her up on the offer, and she's able to escape, get her comm link, and alerts the team. And so you kind of see that she's kind of really good at escaping areas.
Yeah.
And so we kind of see it once they get down to this old cloning facility, and she gets to explore it a little bit, and you get to see some pretty creepy stuff.
Oh yeah, that's when they have the weird like animals in the tubes, the green tubes or whatever.
Yeah, I believe this is where the Kaminoans were actually cloning themselves.
Oh shit! Dang.
This is because in the tubes you see Kaminoans actually in them.
Oh yeah.
And so this is like probably one of their first cloning facilities, and it's really creepy that they kind of just left that stuff there. I don't know if it's just kind of like they were using it during the Clone Wars, and because of Clone Wars and what's going on, it got abandoned because of the Empire, or maybe something happened and they just abandoned it. But it's pretty creepy just to go through it, and you get to see Omega's like whole perspective about it, and I don't blame her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of seeing like, yeah, this is creepy. Like, is this what I'm supposed to be? Is this what I am?
Yeah, because you look at the cloning facility on Camino and it doesn't look as creepy. And that's because everything's lit up. It's very busy. It's kind of just a way of life there. Here, she's seeing things that are not clones, or the clones that we're used to. They're Kaminoans. Everything's kind of dusty, dark, and very eerie.
Yeah. But dude, this is probably the most. Just to talk about the episode as a whole, this is probably one of the most action-packed episodes in the entire series, I would say.
For Bad Batch, yeah, I'd agree.
For Bad Batch.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
There's a lot of cool hand-to-hand combat, blaster battle between Finnick and Cad Bane, and Bad Batch
Tonway dies.
Too. And what?
Tonway dies.
Oh yeah! Wait. Who kills Tonway?
Fennec does.
Finnick. Oh yeah.
Because we get to this cloning facility. The main reason why they go to the cloning facility is because Tonway is going there to give Cad Bane the money to collect Omega.
Yeah, and this is important because both of these bounty hunters are hired by Kaminoans. 2 different Kaminoans, right? 2
different ones. I forget the name of the other one.
I do too.
I'll have to look it up. But it's very interesting just to kind of see what's going on here. Because she comes out, kills Tonway, and Cad Bane's like, what the heck? And so she has his money, and she's like, all right, let's trade the kid for the money, because that's all you're really here for. And Bane is like, okay, toss it over first. And you know that he's going to double cross her. So he's going to keep the kid and take the money.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure why he wouldn't just hand over the kid in the first place. I mean, either way, he's finished the job and he's getting his money, but maybe it's his principle of finishing the job and delivering it to the right person.
Yeah.
I'd say Cad Bane kind of lives by code.
He kind of what?
Lives by code.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you actually see all the Kaminoans talking in there when they're discussing bringing back the clones. They don't really care about the other ones.
Yeah.
And the prime minister basically tells that one Kaminoan, I'm trying to find her name still, that she's become too attached to Omega.
Yeah.
And she needs to kind of let go a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. So I can't find the name. Lama Su, that's her name. Lama Su.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Lama Su. Yeah, so Lama Su has an attachment to Omega. And the prime minister's just like, nope, kill everybody. I'm like, bring him back alive if you want, but we need at least Omega because, I mean, for them, it's basically they're about to get shut down. Their purpose is going to be completely wiped away, and if they have no purpose or no use, they've seen the Empire just like wipe away, and so they're trying to prove that the clones are still essential for the Empire to take over. And Tarkin, we already know Tarkin just doesn't want anything to do with it, and that's kind of like flooding down into the other admirals and officers.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of interesting to see Conway versus Lama Su. And Conway is gone at this point, so that sucks.
Bro, yeah, I missed her, bro. Attack of Clones. Dad, Conway's here. Remember Boba Fett?
Yeah.
That's my impersonation. Yeah.
They should have had Omega say, Dad, Conway's dead.
Dad, Conway's dead. Very funny. And then, wait. So I'm trying to remember how the Bad Batch comes in here at the end, right, for the rescue.
Yeah, just at the end, just to rescue, and they kind of get to her way too quick.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know that was kind of a little issue a lot of people had, but whatever.
Yeah, bro. I was fine not having Bad Batch in this one because we got a crazy showdown between Cad Bane and Finnick.
And I think that's what made up for it is the showdown between Cad Bane and Finnick.
Yeah, bro. That was sick. I had something off topic a little bit.
Oh no, it's Nala Se. My bad. Nala
It's what?
Se is the one that.
What was the other one you said?
Lama Su. There's so many of them.
Oh, yeah, those sound very similar. So I can probably
Nala Se is the new one that was introduced in the Bad Batch.
Oh, okay.
And she was the one that was using Omega as an assistant.
She's got like red or pink on her, something, right?
I believe so.
Different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of a subtle thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a lot nicer than the rest of us. It's like I know what they want to do with her, so let's keep her away from here. And we kind of see that she's the one that hired Fennec to go against Cad Bane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she's basically just paying her. She's just basically just paying her so Omega doesn't get in the hands of Lama Su and the Prime Minister.
Yeah, exactly. I hope we see Cad Bane in season 3 or season 2. Bad Batch season 2.
I hope so. I would really like to see Boba Fett show up in season 2 as well.
Yeah.
And have Daniel Logan come revoice him.
Yeah, I was surprised we didn't see him in the series at all. Actually.
I'm actually not surprised. I mean, they're
Why?
focusing a lot on Mandalorian, and it'd just be too much to have Boba Fett show up in the first season. I think maybe second or third season we'll see him.
Yeah, they should have. They gotta have him though. I mean, he's pretty integral to the story they're trying to tell.
Yeah, and he has to meet Omega.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick, huh? I wonder if he's older.
Yeah.
He's probably older, right?
He might be a little bit older than her at this point. Because Clone Wars, he was a teenager. I think he was like 13 or 14. So he might be like 16 or 17 in this one at this point.
Send him to the Valley of the Jedi, bro. Get Boba Fett get some force powers.
You're talking about dark forces.
Because remember, bro,
I've
been playing Outcast.
Okay. You should have started with Dark Forces 2, but Jedi Outcast is cool.
Yeah,
It revisits the Valley of the Jedi.
Yeah, people said that was the best one, so I kind of just bought whatever one.
Fair enough. We'll jump into that talk in a minute.
Yeah. We gotta
let's
talk
finish
about
up
it
here.
later. But,
Yeah. So it's cool that we get, after she kind of like gets the satellite, she kind of finds an escape pod or like a little pod. So she flies the Bad Batch, pick her up.
Bro, yeah, that speaking of that pod real quick, that looks like you ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
Oh yeah, that's right. It
Bro,
does kind of look like
it
the
looks
same
just like
pod.
those. Yeah. It was kind of cool.
I mean, she's got the white hair, so she could be a Super Saiyan. JK.
Oh, bro, she'd be killing everybody.
Basically. So overall, man, I really like these episodes. Like they had full of action. I really like the reintroduction of Cad Bane because a lot of people are curious if he was dead by this point. And obviously, he's not, and he's still capable of doing his job.
Yeah.
Had some really cool flamethrowers.
Yeah, but I think there were a couple of episodes early on with Bad Batch. Again, I like pretty much the whole series, but some of them were a little slower. But I think this is kind of the turning point in the series. Everything from here on out gets pretty serious, pretty high paced.
I think so too. Because the story continues to move forward in this one.
Yeah.
In this one, because we learn why Omega is important, because she's an unaltered clone, just like Boba Fett. So her DNA is pure.
Mm-hmm.
2, we find out who hired Shand and her purpose, and we see who hired Cad Bane, because he's like, because she was even like, why are we hiring so many bounty hunters? We already have one. He's like, it doesn't matter as long as one of them brings her back. That's all that matters. So I'm wondering if we're going to see some more bounty hunters, or if Cad Bane's just going to be the focus. And I think that could be another thing, because Boba Fett's trying to become a bounty hunter at this point, so that maybe he's one of the hired bounty hunters, and he shows up as like,
that'd be sick. Teenage Boba, bounty hunter.
Yeah, and sees basically a girl version of himself, and he's like, what? And so I can already see that he's gonna try and help her. He's gonna have a change of heart on it.
Yeah.
Because one, he's gonna be freaked out. 2, we already know Boba's a good guy, so
Yeah.
So he's gonna be more like Fennec at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to see Boba for sure in Bad Batch season 2.
Oh, absolutely. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do in season 2. Especially the rest of this season is gonna be pretty solid.
Bro, I need. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, to go.
I was just gonna say, yeah, dude. We gotta get this year wrapped up because next year's just huge for Star Wars. The biggest year of Star Wars probably ever, bro. So much content.
Dude, I know. I'm overwhelmed thinking about it, but it's gonna be a lot of fun podcasts for everybody to listen to.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun.
Because I believe this is actually our 22nd episode that we've done, so it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we stuck with 22 episodes.
Nice.
So we want to keep pushing these out. So let's see. So we had a little discussion about video games, so we'll just wrap up with the Bad Batch. These episodes were great, and it's great to see kind of the interaction between Hunter and Omega at the end, because everybody's excited to see her back, but then she just goes hugs Hunter because she thinks he's dead, so she gets to see him alive again, and Hunter tells her not to worry about going back to Camino, that she's not going to be going back to Camino, and Omega asks him to promise, and then he does promise, and then she smiles, and then end of the episode, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and also I just want to throw in there too. If there's anybody listening that hasn't seen animated Star Wars, Clone Wars, or Rebels, I would say definitely give Bad Batch a try, because I was one of those people. But Bad Batch is sick. The whole series, it's quality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I recommend it.
And we will be going over Clone Wars at some point. I would like to try and jump into it next year, but it might be pretty hectic with everything that's coming out. But we will cover it at some point.
Bro, there's going to be a lot of content for podcast, dude. New content.
Oh yeah. Because all the new content will take precedent over a lot of the older stuff. But we do plan on covering the movies. We do plan on covering Clone Wars. We plan on covering Rebels. Nice. And much to my dismay, we might fit Resistance in there. I haven't decided. You guys can.
So funny.
You guys can message us or I'll do a poll on Instagram, and you guys can tell me
I thought that
if
was
you
like a
guys want to see
Disney,
the cover.
bro. I thought that was like a Disney XD thing. I didn't know that was like a real Star
It
Wars
was
TV
Disney
show.
XD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched it just because it was Star Wars, and
Was it really on Disney XD? I said
it
that.
was.
I legit
And
just said that off the top of my head. Just kidding. That's so funny.
yeah, and a lot of the characters were just super annoying.
That
I
is
have a hard time
funny.
taking it. There's some really cool concepts and some really cool story arcs on it. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah,
overall, it was designed for children.
that's gotta be.
And
Yeah, that's gotta be
you
made for
watch it,
kids.
and it's not like Clone Wars to where you can kind of like sit there and go, yeah, I'll watch it. I had to force myself to,
Yeah, bro.
but we'll get more into all that later.
Yeah. Mhm.
So this guy took my advice, and he's jumping into some of the other Star Wars games. He was saying that he jumped into Jedi Outcast, and he's getting to see one of my favorite Jedi of all time, as far as like the Legends material. Kyle Katarn, one of the coolest guys.
Yes, sir.
Well, how far along are you in it? What do you
Yeah.
like about it?
So are we jumping in?
Because it's definitely different than the Knights of the Old Republic style of. You're a little bit more in control of the movements and fighting.
Yeah. Real quick. So you know how it's Star Wars Jedi, Outcast.
Mm-hmm.
Is Fallen Order supposed to be like a kind of a sequel or in the same vein or no?
No,
No,
not
that's
even.
just coincidence.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just coincidence. Yeah, a
Okay,
lot of
but
these games are they're not canon anymore,
okay,
which is very
okay.
sad because these are some really good stories.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, we should have done Cal Katarn as the sequel main character. That would have been sick.
That would have been dope.
No,
Because in
Kyle's cool.
Dark Forces 2, you actually have a live actor that plays him, and
Oh,
the
nice.
actor's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, sick. But I've a pretty funny observation about Jedi Outcast. So, and hey, actually, we can bring Pokemon into this real quick. It's funny because me and my friends are complaining that some of the new Pokemon games are getting super easy. They're getting way too easy. Like they're holding your hand through the whole thing. It's not as hard as it used to be. Then you got people that argue, no, you guys are just grown up because you guys were 8 years old when you were playing the games, and now you guys are 20 or whatever, however old you are, and so you're just older. That's why the games are easier. But dude, I'm telling you, back in the 2000s, games were harder because I'm playing Outcast now. It is extremely difficult, and I'm not even on like the hardest setting, but it's a
It's super
hard
hard.
game, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's very challenging, super hard. Like
Yeah, no, kids these
and
days
I'm
are
not
spoiled.
what.
As the kids these days are spoiled because they're like, oh, this game is hard. Okay, let's make it a little easier for you.
Oh,
But no,
dude.
no. Earn your position of it and finishing a game.
Oh yeah, bro. I feel bad for kids that played this game though because I'm in my 20s, bro. This shit's hard. Fallen Order, or not Fallen Order. Jedi
Jedi
Outcast is
Outcast.
challenging.
Dude, I played through that
But
game 3 times.
oh shit, I am. I'll tell you where I am. I think I'd guess I'm like 2/3 of the way through. So can't remember what's the name. I had like a big boss battle recently on Bespin against. It's pretty hard actually against some girl, and Kyle Katarn was about to kill her, but then he let her go. And she said, Jane's still alive. And Kyle let her
Oh,
go.
Jen. Okay, she went to so Darth Talon, I think is her name.
Yeah.
It's
And
the red
then,
chick that
yep. Yeah.
the Twi'lek.
Oh, yeah, bro. I had to face her about 10, 15 times. Not even kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, all the battles are tough. And I think
Yeah.
the main villain of this game is he the lizard guy.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, so that game was actually really interesting. Man, you're making me want to go through it again. So
Yeah.
anybody that hasn't played it, I highly recommend this game because this is one of my favorite games as a kid.
Bro, it's sick. Yeah. And I've just been kind of craving like a good story driven Star Wars game. And this got to be one of the best ones. Top 3, probably.
Okay. I was just about to ask you about that. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
wait.
now that you played this, how do you rank it compared to Knights of the Republic?
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm first of all, I'm only 2/3 of the way through, probably halfway or 2/3 of the way through.
Okay.
But I'm still taking Kotar so far. I prefer Kotar.
Okay.
And also, bro, and when I rank games, I kind of just like rank them how much, just like plain fun. How much fun am I having?
Okay.
And a lot of people would like hate on this opinion, but bro, the current Battlefront 2 is either 1 or 2 on my Star Wars video game list. It's so much fun for me.
People would have hated on you towards the beginning, but now that they've done so many updates on it,
Bro, it's so
a lot of
fun.
people are in agreement with you.
Yeah, dude, it's so fun. So I would go Kotar, Battlefront 2, and then Academy is right up there though. Or no, not Academy.
Okay.
Outcast.
Outcast. Academy is the sequel to this one.
Yeah. Outcast is sick though, bro. I like Kyle Katarn.
Mm-hmm. The thing I like about Kyle Katarn is because like he was a smuggler in the first game, right? And so he finds out that someone in his family was a Jedi because he goes to their place. The Empire's going through it, and so he goes in, and he ends up finding a lightsaber, and he's like, "Oh, okay, a lightsaber." And so he finds out that he's force sensitive. So you start training, and you can pick the light side, you can pick the dark side. I think this is the first time that you're able to pick sides, and there's even 2 different endings you can have with it, and it's live actors doing these scenes, and which I thought was really cool.
Just like Kotar. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. So jump on YouTube and just kind of look at the cutscenes for Dark Forces 2, and you'll kind of see how cool it is.
Okay,
and so
for sure.
And so he's learning the Force. He's going through this, and then he finds about the Valley of the Jedi that his family knew about, and so he becomes hunted because he knows how to get there. And so at the end, obviously gets found out. Yeah, so obviously it gets found out, and then you can go against the main villain, Jarek. And then once you kill him, you have 2 choices. You can go meditate in the Valley of the Jedi and become more have more force ability, basically. There's stronger connection, or you can choose the dark side, and based on a lot of the choices. And so you jump into Jedi Outcast, and I think at the beginning of this, he cut himself off from the Force, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it's because of Dark Forces 2, because he saw how dangerous the Force could be. So he's like, I want nothing to do with it. And it takes his crewmate Jan is the one that is why he's picking it up again.
Yeah.
And I just really like I think I just really like the story on it. And I think that's why I kind of run it over KOTOR. Just for that reason. I think the story is better. I do like Knights of the Republic. It's definitely one of my top games of Star Wars, but as far as when it comes to story, there's a lot more depth and lore to the Dark Forces, I think.
Yeah, and also because you're also ranking it because there's quite a few games. How many is there? 5 in the series?
Yeah, there's one where Mary Jade is in it. It's Mysteries of the Sith. That's the only one I haven't played.
Yeah.
Dark Forces, you don't do anything with the Jedi in that. You're just a smuggler. It's just a shoot 'em up game. And the graphics are terrible if you go back onto it. I actually started on Dark Forces 2, so the first 2 I never played, but Dark Forces 2 I played, and then Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy.
Okay, yeah, and so I could see that, but like for me, I've only played again. I'm only probably halfway through, so for me, I think the KOTOR story is a little better, but I haven't played the other games. I'm only halfway through this one, so.
Did you play the second Knights of the Republic?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, that one's pretty sick.
Yeah, that one's sick. I still like the original better, but that one's sick too. But yeah, bro, it was a grind for those. I don't know if you remember, but in Outcast, you don't get a lightsaber for fucking a few hours.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of gameplay to get it. Just because you're running around with a gun.
Yeah, and
your character is afraid to use the Force.
Yeah, and it was rewarding to get the Force powers and the lightsaber though, because you feel so much more powerful. But man, it was a grind to play a game from like 2003 shooting.
And that's also what's really cool about that game is that you get like force speed, force jump, and some abilities.
Oh yeah, and you get all kinds of Force powers.
But there's levels to them that you have to earn.
Yeah, it's
like cool. Like with the Force jump, you don't get like the super jump. You get the Force jump, and then it's the whole game is basically your character's developing. And you get stronger as the game goes, and I always thought that was pretty cool. You just don't know everything off the bat.
I didn't know that at the start too.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say because when I first unlocked jump and on all that stuff, I was like, bro, he's barely getting off the ground. Like I thought Jedi could jump higher than this, and now I'm jumping like 2 stories in the air. So
Yeah. So really cool game. I highly recommend everybody checking it out if you ever get the chance for you gamers. I'm sure a lot of people that are gamers probably have played it, but for the new generations coming up, if you want to see what games used to be like, where it's not like pay to win or you're buying stuff or you jump into a game and it's super easy. Because a lot of the games that you play now, it's just super easy. Like I can run through a game and just like no challenge. These ones, very, very challenging.
I think that's why a lot of people appreciate Fallen Order. I don't think Fallen Order is as challenging as Outcast. Actually, not even close. But
Fallen Order, it depends on what level you put it at. Grandmaster Jedi is super hard, but different reasons.
Yeah, but just saying, like, there's absolutely no paywall in Fallen Order. It's just a story-driven game. It's quality, great story, great gameplay. You know, they put time into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how all games used to be. And actually,
Yeah.
I was looking at reviews, and people say that Outcast, even still today, is considered one of the best lightsaber combats.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's kind of why I ranked this a little bit above Natural Little Republic. It's just because Natural Little Republic, the combat was unique.
Yeah.
It was cool because
know
you
what
just
you're saying.
click and then your character goes up and run. This
Yeah.
one, you actually
It's real time.
move.
It's
real time, yeah.
Yeah. Instead of turn-based.
Mm-hmm. And I think you can get into some lightsaber clashes in this, can't you?
Dude, I was gonna ask you about that. I don't know how to do that. I was lose the clashes. I don't know what button to press.
I forget. I think it's something to do with the joystick, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look
if
it
I
up.
remember correctly.
Every time I get in a clash, I'm like, oh, geez, not this again, bro. I have to wait until they fucking flip me over or whatever. But yeah, I gotta look that up.
So, all right. Well, I guess that will end our discussion tonight. So thanks for watching, guys. Even though that the discussion is over, head on over to our Instagram and our Discord where you can keep on talking with other fans, be able to talk other topics. You can be able to interact with us, especially on Instagram. Jump on our post, tell us what you think. Also, holidays are coming up. We got a lot of cool designs, a lot of cool t-shirts that I think a lot of you guys would like. So head down to our Teespring store and show us some support. Buy some merch. Buy some merch for some family for Christmas. Tons of designs that I know everybody will like. And also, be sure to subscribe to us. Give us a like, comment. That'll kind of help us become more visible and be able to continue to make these podcasts. Either way, we're still going to make them, but that'll just really help us along. We'd really like to kind of like get a bigger viewing and be able to reach more people. So have a good night, guys, and may the force be with you. Echo 2 out.
Echo 3 out.